So the big question is, how do health experts like you and I generate more income, impact more people, and create businesses that work around their lifestyle and serve their family at the highest possible level? If you want the answer to that question, then you're in the right place at the right time. Whether you're a dietitian, a nutritionist, or a nutrition coach, this is for you. My name is Dr. Javier Carlin, and I want to welcome you to the Practice Revolution. We are a movement that is revolutionizing the way private practices are built so you can practice on your terms. So go ahead and join us and follow along as we learn, apply, and share the top business growth strategies that we're using to grow our own business and to help you grow yours, using only the best insights and advice from top industry leaders. So thank you so much for listening. Enjoy the show. Beautiful. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Business Growth Secrets for Health Professionals and Wellness Coaches community. Super excited to be here with you today. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Dr. Javier Carlin. I'm the co-founder of the Practice Revolution with my wife, Marissa Carlin, who's a dietitian. And today we have a very, very special guest, Ale. Thank you so much for being here. Super excited. We're actually going to be diving in to a powerful tool that automates up to 90% of your nutrition services. And we're going to go ahead and dive right in. So Ale is a dietitian. She is a member success coach for EatLove Pro. And today she's going to be telling us a little bit more about the software, the power behind it, and how you can utilize it to make your life easier and grow your business. So again, thank you so much for being here. I'm super excited to learn a bit more about the software myself.
Yes, of course, Dr. Javier. Thank you so much for having me today. Way to wrap up the night is to just learn how to automate in all things technology. So I appreciate you all for stopping by today. I prepared a short little demo to kind of walk you through both of the pro and the client side because they are vastly different, but we do come with a consumer app that your clients can download and use with you, making EatLove a two-way communication portal so that you can really get in there and engage with your clients and patients to understand more about their eating habits, their choices. You can also do symptom journal reviews with them. So I'm going to start with the provider side, kind of walk through the main points there, and then we'll flip over to the client. Happy to take questions along the way. Always open to hear your thoughts and just anything that you have on your mind. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Bear with me. I use Zoom a whole lot. So we'll dive right in. So for those of you that aren't familiar with EatLove Pro, we are a nutrition technology that Javier mentioned automates your nutrition services. So we do everything from meal plans to collections to nutrition analysis, white label nutrition education, and business support at the same time to help you integrate EatLove into your practice and make sure you're making the most on that return on investment, because technology is an investment and it's one that's going to save you so much time and money overall. So I just want to make sure that you guys can see my screen okay. I don't really use Zoom a whole lot, so just want to make sure that that picture is clear on my second monitor over here.
Yep, looks good.
Okay. Fabulous. So this is what you see when you log into EatLove. You can create an account as a provider, and I think we can include the link. I think it's eatlove.is/pro/medical, depending on what category you are going to be falling into. So our doctors and dietitians would be under that medical provider side, and then our health coaches, fitness professionals, anyone else that would not be a dietitian would fall under our wellness version, which is the fitness side. There are slight differences between the platform, but essentially we're keeping you safe within your scope of practice. So that way you're not tiptoeing those lines and, going outside of that scope, and you're staying within regulations. So the dashboard is going to look the same for everyone. You're going to have some alerts, some patient activity, and you can add your own recipes too. So if you come into EatLove and you have hundreds of recipes that you want to put into Lena, our algorithm, who we refer to as lifestyle enhancing nutrition algorithm, we lovingly refer to her as Lena. You can put those recipes into her algorithm, and if it matches your client's nutrition prescription, it will recommend those recipes more often. So that's one really great thing about it. If you have a VA or an admin or another provider in your practice who you want to kind of tag team to get all of your recipes onto your EatLove portal, you can do that. And you can use our AI algorithm and AI is the moment right now, to lean into some of those recommendations. I'll talk about collections in a minute, and we will review a meal plan quote unquote, because there's a very big thing that I want to get out of the way really early on. And we'll review that in one of our test clients here. So this kind of looks like a light EMR function. We aren't an electric medical record, but we do have light EMR capabilities. So if you want to connect and communicate with your patient client via EatLove, you absolutely can. There's a place to take notes. There's a place to upload files if you have lab work or any other documentation that you want you to be aware of. The care plan is client facing, so you can, I think of it as the colorful version of EatLove. So this is all client facing. You can put anything you want in here that would be, in this case, this is a prediabetes template, indicative of prediabetes. What are your top things that you want to have them in their care plan? So you can put that in there. It's a really great place to store information. Memberships are all the moment right now. So if you're wondering, if you have to have everyone on your EMR, you really don't have to, because there are seat capacities with some of those as well. And if you want to give access as a membership to those clients that are, a lower ticket offer, you can put them on EatLove and they can be fully supported as long as you set them up within your payment processor. So that's always one less technology piece that you have to have for a low ticket offer, which is always exciting. What I really want to spend time on is the nutrition prescription. The nutrition prescription is the bread and butter of EatLove, and it is what your clients are working with you for. Think of it when they come to you and they have multiple comorbidities, an allergy to peanuts, the family members don't eat cilantro, and you're trying to figure out how to give recommendations for a very broad spectrum of people and individuals, but very specific needs. And it becomes impossible, which is why everyone despises making meal plans. Everyone at EatLove despises making them as well. So what we've done is created technology to automate that process. So when you do onboard your next patient, you can do so a couple ways. You can answer page 1 and just click through all of the pages to answer them. We hyper-personalize everything, or you can answer page 1, save an invite, and have them complete that process. I definitely recommend having them complete the preferences, and then you spend your expertise and time really fine-tuning that nutrition prescription. So some of those questions would include how many days a week do they want meal plans, what their leftover count is. EatLove optimizes for food waste, so we will reduce food waste by 2/3. So the recipes do talk to each other. You can choose your skill level, the number of meals you want per day, boosted words. So if you want to see more avocados, keep note of this. When we hit refresh, we're going to see these food items in our plan, because the food at the end of the day is going to be subjective. What we're most concerned about is that we are staying within certain nutrients and getting at least a minimum of other nutrients. Minimums would be things like fiber and fruits and vegetables, and maximums may be things like saturated fat and sodium. So we want to put all of that in together, which that would be a clinical perspective. And then we have all of these preference related things that can get really long. And that's, again, why we don't really want to make meal plans. So you can put the preparation time. All of these things go into those nearly 5 million different dietary and lifestyle factors that will create that nutrition prescription. Family members, who's eating what when. This one, taste preferences, boosted words. So we're going to do eats all things. We're going to say peanut allergy. I mentioned cilantro in here, so you could search for individual food items. There is no shortage of ways that our technology will support any type of food avoidance or aversion. That is elementary stuff for us. So if they're like, I want a gluten-free plan that has enough fiber, that helps maintain glucose control, absolutely, we support that. Under these boosted words, cuisine types, milk types, rice types, these are boosted words. It'll give you these recommendations when there's a perfect fit. If not, it moves on to the next selection. You'll see an idea of that when I do the refresh and we get all of these meal recommendations in just a couple of seconds. So we can save that there, and then we're going to go to the nutrition prescription. So this is where I wanted to spend a couple of minutes, is the nutrition prescription here. We have over 40 lifestyle and clinical conditions in here, ranging from Mediterranean diet to diabetes to olive CKD 1 through 5, bariatric stage 4, general healthy diet. So in this case, maybe we want to try out a general healthy template. We're going to give you a definition of what it is, who it's recommended for, in case you click on one, you're like, I'm not sure if that's going to be the best for my client. You can always review it. And then if you want to click through to the back page, you'll actually see that baseline nutrition prescription. All of these prescriptions have been validated by no less than 5 dietitians in research medical fields. So we are giving you the most up-to-date research as we have that's current and relevant that we can produce meal plans from. So you can come in here and manipulate these templates around. I had a vegan plan on, which is why my protein was a bit lower. So I'm going to bump that back up to 25, and I'm going to reduce my carbs a bit. Who knows? I'm just going to reduce it to 40. So you can play around with these macros within science-based guidelines. You're not going to be able to create like a 40%, 45% protein plan, but you can create a 35%, 10 to 35 carbs, 40, we can actually support keto. So you can go very, very low with carbs and of course, very high with fats if we're going to be able to support a keto plan. In here, you can manipulate these nutrients that you see fit. So if you want something even higher in fiber, you can bump that up. If you need a lower fruit minimum, you can bump that up. You can remove the maximum. This is where you fine tune that nutrition prescription. The add more option right here is going to show you over 100 macro and micronutrients, as well as food groups. Think of like healthy fats and healthy proteins. So maybe you would rather do a healthy fat category instead of a saturated fat target. These are basically the goals nutritionally you are working on with a client or a patient. So you can set this up to be whatever you want it to be, of course, within science-based guidelines. So now instead of focusing on saturated fat as a maximum hardcore limit, I'm going to focus on healthy fat serving sizes instead of the actual gram percentage of sodium. And you can make this whatever you want. So let's say your client is also iron deficient, but they're on an iron supplement. So not necessarily worried about getting the RDA through food, but you want it to show up in their nutrition. So I put trackers for, 10 different things on here. Maybe I want a whole grains, and I want them to get at least a whole grain serving a day. And I want them to track omega-3s, EPA and DHA. So all of these are trackers, meaning it'll show up when they log their food or they add a food to the database. It'll show the breakdown because it's part of their nutrition prescription, meaning it's a high level goal that you're working on together. So let's hit finish, and I will show you in just a couple of seconds what a meal plan could look like. All right, so, and just before I hit refresh, I'm just going to scan some of our options. We have plenty of options, so no worries there. Meal plans, in just those couple of seconds, I have a full breakfast, lunch, and dinner snack meal plan. So this is what we're automating at EatLove. We're automating the fact that everything that we just asked our nutrition prescription to give us in terms of food and nutrition, we were able to do. And just as a reminder, here is everything that we had in there, plus a couple extra things. So everything on a nutrition facts label is always going to show in this page. And then anything that has a goal or a minimum to it, we will have like a tracker. It'll tell you how close you are to hitting your overall goal. So we can look at this template, we can manipulate it, but this is where we automate that service. So you could come in here and you could be swapping for other items. But at this point, you're pretty much swapping for subjective items. You're basically trying to guess what your clients are going to eat moment of, day of, hour of, even the minute before they create something. So instead of looking at this and saying, I don't think they're going to eat this 3 days a week, or I don't think they're going to eat this 3 days a week, let them change that. Let them take ownership over their choices, because they're going to see the same screen, and that screen is letting them choose within a smart choice that matches their nutrition requirements. So they have everything that you have when it comes to picking foods that look good to them in the moment. So I just wanted to do a full 7-day meal plan just to show you the harnessing power of our technology. Do I recommend a full 7-day breakfast, lunch, and dinner meal plan? It would be very rare. You're probably going to start with one meal and build on it. So maybe their biggest challenges, maybe they're really bad at planning everything, but same thing with going to the gym. You can't change those behavior changes overnight. You have to pick one thing and work with it and be consistent and consistently go over it. So maybe you're just doing dinners and you're like, your goal for next week is to plan 2 dinners with 2 days of leftovers. And maybe that's the first time they ever did that. So instead of saying, here's your meal plan, go do this, let's work with them. The human element on top of the technology is what proves to prevail when you're working one-on-one in a group setting, even membership models. So however you want to distribute that is really going to be client and patient dependent. But I am highly recommend the start small and work with them as they prove to themselves that they can take on more responsibility with that. And that's how they're going to be successful with lifestyle change. So a couple other things down here, you can see the average prep time, cost per serving, number of fresh and pantry ingredients, also percent produce waste. This is a really, really low number. Anything lower than 24% is probably pretty good. But the fact that we're in single digits is stellar because we are utilizing leftovers. Here's some leftovers, here's leftovers. Our ingredients and recipes are talking to each other to say we have, strawberries over here. Maybe strawberries are part of a snack, or maybe the 3 days here made it so that we were able to eat everything in that lowest quantity package size. So I will send this and recommend it to my client, Linda. And once you digitally recommend something, you do have the option to print and save a PDF. So we recognize that not everyone is going to be tech savvy. We highly encourage the digital transference of a meal plan, only because if you print or save the PDF, it becomes a static meal plan. And we know those don't work at the end of the day, because then we have to guess what they're going to eat for breakfast. And we would much rather have them choose something that fits what they want to be excited about and feel motivated to create. So it'll be branded to your information, grocery list, whole 9 yards. But I can recommend it to Linda, and we'll check out Linda's profile in just a minute. But I did want to highlight a couple of other things on this side before we jump over to her profile. We can see that this is what's scheduled in Linda's planner currently. So I can look at her nutrition for the day, and I can see what her percent of her goal is. If she's, taking the meal plans or she's scheduling on her own, I can see how she's doing with her schedules and her planning of meals. You can also click on the recipe and look at it and review everything there, who's leftovers, all that good stuff. You can't change anything in here, at least not yet, because this is scheduled in her planner. So she may have done the grocery shopping. You can look and you can comment via messaging, but you will not be able to change physically what is in her meal planner. And since I just sent a meal plan, I'm going to schedule that over top of this when we get to her profile, but she's going to be responsible for scheduling new meal plans. You also don't have to send anything to your client because the meals are pulling from the same database. Think that database of recipes that come from those nutrition prescription requirements. So whether you're sending them, you're letting the system recommend on your behalf, or Linda is scheduling them on her own, the meals are the same. It's just the nutrients and the numbers that are working to fit within that prescription. So you don't actually have to send a meal plan ever to your clients, which I love because I never really do. And I actually let them schedule. I'll let you can disable the meal feed. You can say dinners only. You could say breakfast and dinners only. You can do a lot of things when it comes to that lifestyle change and picking something that's going to work with them and their goals. I'd probably say my clients are 50-50, that they like automated recommendations. I never send anything, but for automated recommendations, or they're going to schedule themselves. And I'll show you how easy it is to schedule meals when we get to Linda's profile. You can also change anything at any time. So you don't have to worry about, oh, I wish this said this. You can change anything. You're in full control of that. You can set them up to expire on a certain date. So if they sign up for a 6-month membership, you could say, we're going to set this to expire in 6 months. You'll get notified, they'll get notified, and then you can talk about the renewal process at that point in time. You would just have to set it up through your payment processor or your EMR for that billing schedule, which is not too complicated. If you're going to Stripe directly, I set all my clients up through Stripe for a recurring revenue and automation. You set it, forget it, and then it cancels when they're supposed to cancel. And if they want to renew, I can just reset it. So very easy that way. Settings is going to have a couple of things. We have safe mode, so you can conceal all nutrition information, prompts for weight, anthropometric data. So if you're working in an intuitive eating community and you don't want them to see any information, you're just having them choose meals that feel good in the moment, absolutely using EatLove as a meal planning tool rather than a meal plan for their goals, because their goals at this point in time would probably just to be improve their relationship with food and to pick things that feel good in the moment and listening to their bodies. So the shift changes of how you want to present that material, and we can absolutely support that type of population. We're in organizations that span single dietitian private practices to large healthcare systems and everywhere in between, professional sports teams as well. So if someone eats, essentially, there's a place for them on EatLove and the way that you can deliver and automate your services. You can also, like I said, disable the automation so they can schedule their own meals. You can, I'll show this in a different way, hide organic tags. If you want them to prevent changing food avoidances or editing their nutrition prescription, you can do that sort of thing. This automated email subscriptions, I just wanted to highlight this 23-week education program. May take a couple of seconds to load here because it is a pretty lengthy document. But this is all automated. You can run a membership tomorrow with EatLove Access and this nutrition curriculum. It's 6 months of content. It is sent on your behalf on Tuesdays, I believe at around 9 a.m. that talks about all of the main things that we've ever heard over the last 8 years at EatLove, main topics and questions developed and written by our dietitians. So it talks about 1% improvements, creating SMART goals, benefits of dietary variety, all that good stuff. And from that, you can let it automate and send via email, or you can use this as a script. So just like we're live today in Facebook, if you wanted to take a topic here and use this as your live content, you have 6 months worth of content in here for 23 weeks. So you're like, maybe you do a live Q&A, you didn't get any questions. You know, it frequently happens to me too. And I'm like, what am I going to talk about for the next 10 minutes on this live? Let me go to this booklet. I'm going to pull something out. My niche is Mediterranean nutrition. So I would say, what do 1% improvements look like on a Mediterranean lifestyle? And I would come here, I would highlight some things in the copy that I really want to get my point across. I probably have it pulled up on my computer and I'm just highlighting important things because you probably wouldn't be able to see it if you're going live. So if you need that script in front of you, it's a great use of content that's already pre-made that you can use for your benefit if you need something else to talk about. So that's really how I use it. I have my booklet right by my desk at all times, just in case that ever happens. And it's a great piece that way. I wanted to highlight the Academy. This is white label nutrition education content while a premium member. So if you are a premium member, maybe you are with EatLove already, I don't know, and you didn't even know about this. This is a brand new content library that we have in terms of just nutrition education, basic things that you probably talk with your patients on. So if you want to come to this library, if you just want to look at something quickly and send it to your clients, you can do that. It'll be branded to EatLove. But if you want to go through the process to white label, you would click on the white label handout, find the template that you want to white label with your brand, your logos, your color, you name it, click on it, takes you back to Canva, and you are free to edit all of that there. So there's over 40 pieces of printed content and handouts in here. We have about 50 or so cooking videos as well for knife skills content, anything that you can click in here. And you can copy this link and put it in your curriculum hosting site, your Teachable, your Facebook, even Practice Better. I know that they do, and Healthy do content support as well. So you can add these links directly into your EMR for support that way. Makes it all in one place, which is really nice. So that is our Nutrition Academy. I did want to highlight a lesser known feature, our Food Bank Finder, for anyone that's working with patients that are experiencing food insecurity. We do have a lot of resources this way. So if you are looking at, I guess, in Texas here, I'm just going to click on one to see the details. If we have information or more information on the history, the specialties, contact information, operating days, that all exists here. So if you want to work with them on that side of things, we do have an entire directory of information in here that you could point them in the right direction to get more resources and support that they need, as well as in our toolkit, our food and nutrition security handouts and evaluation forms. On that note, quickly highlight the toolkit. In terms of integrating EatLove into your practice, we have all of the tools and resources to do that in your toolkit. Here's where you can preview that new 23-week nutrition education, marketing, sales tips, materials that your clients need, like an intro video, assessment forms even to get them on the platform, all lives in the toolkit, and we make it just a couple of steps for you to get them in as quickly as possible. The last thing I want to show before I jump over to the client side are our collections. Actually, I lied. There's two things. Like I said, we were joking earlier. I'm like, I could be here for 10 minutes. I could be here for an hour, 2 hours talking about EatLove features. Just really exciting things that we have in the works over here.
It's totally fine. We'll be here as long as we need to.
Absolutely. So our recipe collections, we don't pre-make these. And the reason we don't pre-make these is the same reason we don't pre-make meal plans, because you as the provider are going to be in a much better position to create it from scratch using our filters. And if you have an idea for a meal plan or a recipe collection, you can absolutely do that through our technology. And let's just do a sample one. So you would add your own collection. And let's say that this is going to be 30-minute diabetes friendly dinners. And it is, a theme that maybe my clients would be asking me for, maybe they're asking your clients for, your clients are asking you for. You can do time, you can do skill, you can do avoidances, you can do nutrient ratings and ranges. So in this particular collection, we know that we're looking for quick and friendly 30-minute diabetes friendly dinners. And the reason that we don't pre-make these collections is that that definition is going to vary practitioner to practitioner. So what I do know, I'm going to click our plus sign here and we're going to build this collection. I'm going to hit the filter. I'm going to search for dinners, which is right here. We know we're looking for dinners. We know we're looking for dinners that are 30 minutes or less. So I'm going to do from 15 to 30 minutes. I'm going to click that file on. So we have dinners, time-wise, minutes, shortened period of time to cook. And then diabetes friendly, what the heck does that mean? It's going to mean something a little bit different to every single provider that is using EatLove. In my mind, I'm going to say it's going to be robust in protein and fiber. So maybe we're going to do a minimum of 21 grams of fiber. We're going to do a minimum of 21 grams of protein, 8 grams of fiber. You can add a couple more things on here, but it's going to be filtering down our database. And I can see right now I have 255 results. Maybe I also want to put a maximum of 650 calories on there too. We'll do 500 calories and see where we're at. Perfect. 93 recipes, which is enough for 3 full collections with this particular theme. So we know that they're going to be energy conscious. We're getting a lot of protein, ample fiber. They're going to be quick and easy, and they're all for dinner. So you can come in here and click on these recipes. You can say, I love this except for this one ingredient, and you could actually edit that recipe right then and there to maybe you want to do a different vegetable. Maybe you want to do hummus instead of guacamole or carrots instead of lettuce. You can click on this piece to swap it out for something else. You get the in real-time data of information, of nutrition information, as well as the whole recipe at the same time, and which is really exciting. And you can add up to 30 of these per your collection. So we'll just add a couple here. And then from there, you can share it with a link. So again, you can put this in your EMR, your Facebook group, anything. Anyone that has EatLove Access will be able to access this collection. You can copy and paste this anywhere, and they'll be able to open it as long as they have an EatLove login. Or you can recommend it to one person. You can recommend it to everyone you're working with, which makes it great for membership models to add a really high level value add to your programs. Yesterday was May 1st. So every month I do in-season recipe produce with my clients, and it goes to everyone in my programs, whether they're one-on-one, a group, a membership person. It's a very high level ad for everybody. And it's so simple because all I have to do is take that link and put it in a Facebook group, or take that link and send it to everybody. And they all have that recipe collection for the month. They get an email that they have it and they can schedule it. So let's actually send this to Linda. And she will have that waiting for her, as well as the meal plan that we just sent her. The last thing I want to highlight is going to be just in the daily log, the ability for you to export nutrition analysis right here. We have nutrition analysis, weight log, and food insights. These reports are tiny, powerful, little organizational, lovely things. I don't even know how to eloquently say it, but this is my favorite feature of EatLove. It turned a year old last month, and it is the coolest thing ever. It's going to organize all of the information that we have. It's actually a really good starting place too. So we don't even have to diagnose them with anything until we understand more about their intake. So I would be able to come in here and export this for 2 weeks at a time of their nutrition information. So here's that analysis. It's an overall high-level summary of their intake. If you had 2 weeks, you just have 14 days here, and you could compare everything to an RDA if we have one based on age and gender. So it's doing the thinking for you. What you're doing as the human is going over this and explaining, okay, fiber was on point, vegetables, we could get a bit higher. That's something else that we can pull away from this, iron's doing well. Let's see one that's not doing well. Our vitamin D. Our vitamin D intake is a little bit low. So here's where you would come in and provide human coaching overlay. How can we get your vitamin D up? Well, let's first figure out what your vitamin D intake is, and just know that these two reports are not correlated. They're different dates. So the numbers might be different between these. So you can come in here and review with this export what our top 10 sources are if we have one. In this case, we only had 2 days, so there's only 5 sources that are high in vitamin D. Did the top vitamin D sources make the top 5? If not, are these recommended foods? Could you recommend them to your client? Could you talk about foods that have more vitamin D in it, or are you going to supplement route? So this just gives you real-time data and really well-organized reports you can share with your clients. You don't have to share with your clients, but it gives you more pieces to the puzzle to give you a better leverage to diagnose them with a nutrition condition that would benefit with good, solid nutrition. So lots of great reports in here. There's more than one page in here. I love these reports. Definitely favorite feature of EatLove. So I wanted to flip over briefly to Linda's side. And we recommended a meal plan. So I'm going to schedule that meal plan right now. So here is the plan starting tomorrow at breakfast. That's the one we just recommended. If they want to repeat a meal plan, they can do that too. They just have to go to nutrition prescription, and this little pop-up will show recommendations from your dietitian. So here's that recipe collection that we just sent, and here's that meal plan, and everything that I've ever recommended to this patient lives there. So if they're like, I really like this weekly meal plan, I want to repeat it next week, you just schedule it in the platform. You can also schedule individual recipes. If I wanted to schedule this for tomorrow for dinner, it's going to ask me if I want to replace what is currently there, and I do. So we'll replace that. And then since I didn't have any, it's going to take away those leftovers. You would just fill in those gaps with maybe you want to repeat this dish. It's a burrito, so you could probably make it fresh the next 2 days. So it just fills it in and becomes a meal planning tool, taking them the last mile of implementation. Now, when we click up here and we see that swap option, that purple pop out is exactly what we saw on the provider side. So that's why we don't have to worry about making changes based on food preferences, because we have all that information. We know what they like. We've boosted what we can. They've avoided things they don't like, their allergies even, and they're going to pick something that fits their taste preferences. Maybe it's this, and maybe they want to repeat this the entire week. So that original meal plan that you sent is starting to look unrecognizable. So instead of spending time guessing and predicting what they're going to eat on certain days, let them schedule their own meals. It's going to fit their nutrition prescriptions. Like I said, the meals at that point are subjective. What you could also do, your clients can clear the entire plan if they like starting from a blank canvas, and they could schedule based on the goal that you set with them. So is that dinner for 3 days, and you're going to cook 3 different dinners with some leftovers? You can come in here, select the dish, make sure that the appropriate family members are selected. Maybe it's these 2, we'll save that. We come over here, we add another one. And all of these meals fit that nutrition prescription that we talked about. Maybe this one they want 2 days as well. You can also set the family to default when it's appropriate. So you don't have to do that every single time you do a recipe. And it becomes a seamless way to track this, and a very lesser, it's very manageable at this point in time. Same thing with breakfast. Most people eat the same thing on a daily basis, or at least they switch it up every week or so. So it's avocados. So we're probably going to repeat the dish, not batch cook it if we don't want brown avocados. Not that there's anything wrong with them. They're just not, super visually appealing to eat unless they're soaked in lime juice or some other barrier to cut out that oxidation. And 1, 2, 3 meals, maybe we add a lunch in here. Actually, better yet, we add a restaurant meal. We have over 127 popular restaurant chains where we use the same concept of that smart choice that shows them what to order at Starbucks based on their nutrition prescription. So I could go to Starbucks and get this chicken caprese sandwich, and it fits my nutrition prescription. So just with 1, 2, 3 dishes and like a lunch over here, this is 80% of the way full, 50% of the way full for that week. So if they see a full 7-day breakfast, lunch, and dinner meal plan where they're making something every single slot, they're going to be overwhelmed. So having them schedule their own meals is a way for them to take ownership over it, understand what the platform is doing for them, and supporting them at every eating occasion. Another integration that we just launched with is our sunbasket meals. So I scrolled forward here a little bit, and you can see that I do have Sunbasket dishes enabled to drip in inspiration. If I don't want it, I can swap it, but I know that I have a lot of options in here that fit my nutrition prescription. With everything that we selected, that custom prescription, that is where our expertise is most valuable. We don't really stop there though. This is a last mile of implementation. So we actually add it to your grocery cart. You can take it the extra step to order your groceries online as well. So you can order from Amazon Fresh, Walmart, or Instacart. You could also not eat anything from EatLove and still use it as a universal grocery list to get the family involved. You can make changes to the grocery list. You can remove things entirely, shop your pantry and check off items so that you're not buying multiple things, and then send it to where you want to send it to, or print it, or take the app to the grocery store and do your grocery shopping from the app and just check off as you go. In the daily log, here's where you can pre-log what you're doing. So if you want to log EatLove recipes, it's very easy because they already live in our database. So there's nothing that you have to do there. You just have to confirm that you ate it. If you wanted to add something that wasn't in EatLove, you could use our foods database. We have 300,000 branded products. You can also create a custom food via our our smart AI label reader, which you can do with a picture of the product in person, or just take a screenshot online. This is a screenshot, and it manually pulled that information off. And now I have a fresh custom food for the product that I ate that day. And it will save to your favorites, and it will be very easy to add in the future. So any way you slice it, we can do photo logs, so they can take pictures and just log a picture. They can log hand notes. They can actually log their food. When they log their food, though, you'll be able to leverage the nutrition analysis reports. So I'm a big believer about it, at least at the beginning, so that you can get a starting point. Water tracker, weight tracker, exercise notes. We are integrated with Fitbit for calories burned and steps taken as well. So that's another added benefit to that. So you see the whole picture. But yeah, I wanted to pause there and see if we had any questions. I know I just threw the kitchen sink at all of you.
No, this is amazing. There's so much, and it's all good. So I definitely appreciate you taking some time to review all that with us. Kim asks, do clients log their food intake directly in the app?
Yes, the app or the desktop login. So it would be right as you see it here. Our desktop login for clients is eatlove.is. The difference between that and pro is just pro.eatlove.is. If you're ever like, where are my clients? It's probably because you are in the patient side. So they would just log it in here. This is exactly what they see, or it would be in the app, and it looks identical to the app. It's just, of course, smaller.
Perfect. She's also asking how much training is included.
For I'm just gonna, as for like a membership, like if you were to join EatLove, the training involved with EatLove.
I think that's what I'm thinking too, Kim. Let us know. Is that what you're asking in terms of if you were to join EatLove, like the training on how to actually use it? Is that, yep, mm-hmm. She said yes.
Perfect. So we have a lot of great resources. First and foremost, I run member success at EatLove. So my number one goal from day one is to make sure that you are making money back on your investment. And of course, supporting your clients with high level nutrition education and support that way. So a couple of things. We have help videos for your patients that are available here. If you want to watch your client help videos, you can do so in the tutorials for patients. On the pro side, we also have an entire learn section for the provider with a database and library of that. You also get weekly, what we call business breakthrough sessions with your membership. They are free to use as a premium member that we talk about integration of EatLove into your practice. If you have an idea for a program and want to leverage EatLove, but not sure how to link it up, that's what those are for. I host a weekly session for premium members. So any paid membership is considered premium in our community. So you do have access to the member success team on a weekly basis that way. On top of that, we do one-on-one support sessions. If you would like, it's an additional cost there. If you wanted like a full business audit of how you want to structure your programs with EatLove, that is an additional. I mean, some clients do that when they join. And then you can buy those whenever you want as an add-on. They're about $99, but the majority leverage those free business sessions on a weekly basis. We also host masterminds and open houses for new resources and new features that are going out. So there is no shortage of support. I think one of the things you'll find best about our company is that we're very available on support. So don't hesitate to reach out to our support channel, and someone on our team will be able to work with you and or your patient to work through whatever questions you have.
Beautiful. I love it. Cool. Kim says, thank you so much.
Thank you, Kim.
Okay, beautiful. So a couple of things. Again, if you have some more questions, drop them down. So what I did in the comment section down below, there are 2 links, okay? There is one for medical providers, and there's one for fitness and health coaches. Would you mind kind of explaining the difference real quick?
Sure. The biggest difference between the fitness and the medical side is that meal plan recommendation. So when we recommended that plan to Linda, that module is not there for fitness and the health coaching side based on scope of practice. So what your clients would get, they would get the opportunity for automated meal recommendations or scheduling themselves within that framework that you've built for them. So like your macro templates, making sure they get enough fruits and vegetables, but it's going to be very much focused on the baseline template. You can edit anything that's on the template, but you won't be able to add or remove certain things because we are focused on the lifestyle things, not necessarily like diabetes or CKD, but muscle gain, endurance, eat more vegetables, have more energy, Mediterranean lifestyle. So you have less medical focused templates, more lifestyle focused templates, and you can edit that profile how you want, especially like macro focus, you have full control over, but the actual recommendation of the meal plan that says recommend would not be available to that portal, but your clients will still get those same meals. You just don't have, the go in to change what you want. And even as the medical provider, I personally don't want to do it anyways, because it's all preference based. So it keeps that scope supported so that you can add meal planning support to your practice without tiptoeing those lines.
Beautiful. Awesome. So those are what the 2 links are there for. So again, if you fall into the medical category, go ahead and click that one. And there is a free trial? Am I correct?
There's a free plan. So we actually did away with the free trial about 1.5 years ago. So there is no time constraint anymore. It's a free forever. Once you create your account from one of those portals, you can, it's free to use for up to 2 clients. It's limited features. So you don't have all of the features that would a premium membership come with. So like the nutrition analysis, printing capabilities, those are the safe mode. Those are the 3 really big ones that I would say. But you can still get a really good feel for EatLove. Add yourself as a test patient. I highly encourage it. Download the app. Once you add yourself as a test patient and you've accepted that invite, you can use the app and actually use it to shop and go to the grocery store tomorrow if you want to, even tonight if you feel so inclined. And you can start adding clients up to 2. And then whenever you are ready to upgrade, you can upgrade directly in your portal for more seats and more features.
Beautiful. Awesome. So free plan, everyone. Go ahead and sign up. There's no reason not to.
Low risk.
Risk
at all. And you can even, after you set that up, you enter our flow that you could actually set up a more one-on-one demo with me or someone on the team to get more information. And then we host masterminds most months so that there's more opportunity unless we have a special guest, which is probably a perfect segue into our talk next week.
Yeah. So who is the special guest next week? So basically, beautiful. So everyone, first and foremost, give her a huge thank you in the chat for being here with us tonight. Super helpful, great software and platform to utilize for your business. So go ahead, again, no risk, sign up for that free plan using one of those 2 links that I put down in the comments down below. And so what we're doing next week is we're actually hosting a masterclass together, and the topic is about master classes. It's a
funny
enough. Yes, it's a master class on master classes. And so it is a free event. It's going to be absolutely amazing. It's going to happen Tuesday. So Tuesday, May 9th, 12 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be there for an hour, and we're going to dive in deep. We're going to dive in deep into how to utilize master classes for your business to sell just about anything, whether you want to sell and offer one-to-one coaching, group programs, or hybrid, sell courses or memberships on the back of a masterclass. You can do it all. And so if that's something that you've done before, but haven't had much success with, there's likely a reason why, okay? Because they definitely work, but they only work if you do it the right way. So we're going to talk about the do's and don'ts of masterclasses. We're also going to chat about how to, if you've never done one before, how to get it started from the ground up. So like how to actually decide on a topic and know if it's actually going to be successful. So if that's something that you want to be a part of, go ahead and comment masterclass down below, and I'll go ahead and get you that registration link because we would love to see you there. Again, like I said, it's completely free. So there's no reason to not join.
And CEU. I don't know if you mentioned that.
Oh, yes. You also get a CEU.
Free CEUs, like free candy.
Yes. We're like Oprah here. Free master classes, free plans, free CEUs. What more could you ask for?
Truly nothing.
But beautiful. So comment masterclass if you'd like to join us. It's going to be a great time, and I will make sure to get you that registration link. So hope that you all have a great rest of your evening. Thanks so much for spending the night with us, and we'll see you next week.
See everyone. Bye.
Bye. Hey, what's up? Thank you so much for watching the show. I know your time is super valuable, and I know that you're here to learn how to grow a successful practice. So I have something special just for you. If you are a health expert who is in business or aspiring to be, and you're curious about how to grow a profitable, impactful practice, you're going to want to pay attention. Because as a person who is watching the show, I want you to win. So I've created a bundle of resources exclusively for those who are watching the Practice Revolution. So if you are tired of trying to figure out this game of business, marketing, and sales all on your own, and you're ready to implement what's already proven to work rather than reinventing the wheel, you're going to want to send us a private message on Instagram at The Practice Revolution. And simply just let us know that you watched this show, and we'll personally hand over $7,000 worth of trainings, resources, and coaching that is available only for those who are watching this show on YouTube. So if you want to know how to increase your income, impact, and build a practice that works for the lifestyle that you want and that serves your family at the highest level, send us a private message on Instagram at The Practice Revolution. Do it now so you can win big in your practice and in your life. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next show.